is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Take the handoff to Giddens. Throw a fade. Back corner of the end zone. Turning around. Making the catch. Touchdown, Chase Brown.
Being a leader of this team, I love K-State to death. K-State's my family, and I never wanted to leave them hanging. We've been through a lot with these guys, and I had to finish it the right way. You want to leave on a high note. Just all I've done, poured in this program, all the hours, and just to end on the win is such a special feeling. Something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life.
Great win for our program, great win for our seniors. Finish the legacy of 2023 with this group and start a new journey and legacy of the 2024 guys.
He wanted to see the fire in me, and I reacted in a bad way. He wanted to get the best out of me. And right now, I'm just not playing my best football, and I got to be more accountable for him, be more accountable for my teammates. It's not just one guy, not just me playing like dog shit, not just us not being able to get the run game going. It's not just us not being on the same page.
My own offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien, told me I shouldn't play quarterback. There's a lot of things I can, have motivation on, and that is something I have motivation from.
What was your reaction to Bill O'Brien telling you that you shouldn't play quarterback? Do you remember how you felt when he said that?
How would you feel if I told you suck?
I'm just super excited for the opportunity I have right here in front of me. The whole Heisman thing, it was amazing. It's a blessing to be there and to be highlighted as one of the 4 finalists. I feel like, to be able to do something like what we're doing right now with my team, man, it's definitely very special.
Joe Flacco got hit. He rolls out of the hit. He runs it. Then he throws it. And Ford caught it at the 30, at the 20, at the 15, at the 10, at the 5. He's still going, and he pulls it for in. Touchdown, Jerome Ford.
Fafita rolling out to his right. On the run. Throws. Catch. Made by Cowing across the middle. Cowing to 10. 5. Touchdown on 3rd and 8. Jacob Cowing, 57 yards down the sideline.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome in. It is the Friday show of the last show of the best week of the year, coming to a close.
It's not the Super Bowl week.
Well, the best week is, because now you got to get back to work. Notice showing up in pajama bottoms and stuff. You got to get back, man. It starts real quick. The relaxing week is over. Mike Corson, your relaxing week has not been relaxing, but
I'm
what happened
for the new year, so I can nap.
And, Mike Corson, Aaron Clark, and Landon Winkler in on the program today. Mike Hesher, I worry when he leaves. He may not come back.
He's always saying he's just going to quit. Maybe this is the time.
I don't know. He ran from a firestorm. There's all kinds of things. This thing's breaking down. I mean, if we're going down a road, right now the wheels would be wobbling.
It's like the captain's abandoned ship.
Everything's falling apart right now.
Even scarier thought is Mike Hesher's our captain. Wearing his brown trousers.
But we trudge on. It's a holiday show. That means we'll get a visit here shortly from Lyles Lashley, Hall of Fame coach, Cajun chef, and just all-around good guy. Also, Mike Marzoff got done with a 4-hour practice this morning at Chase. So I think he's going to get here in a little bit. So he'll be on the program as well. Let's get to our sounds the past 24 hours or so. Pop-Tarts. What a great marketing idea. The Pop-Tarts Bowl. They got more mileage out of that than I think of any bowl game I've ever seen. And K-State got to eat the Pop-Tart after the game. Avery Johnson, a 11-yard touchdown pass to Jace Brown. K-State goes on to win 28-19. 178 yards, rushed for 71, directed a 15-play, 72-yard drive in the fourth quarter that put the game away. Cooper Beebe. Man, after those comments, he's got to go right up there as far as a lineman being loved by K-State fans. That's pretty cool. Comes back, doesn't have to play. He doesn't opt out. He likes playing football with his guys, man. I just wish that he would have found somebody to plaster on that fake punt. He was just going down there looking. Okay, where's somebody?
He was searching.
There's no one there. So he kind of got a bump on somebody, but Cooper Beebe helping the Cats to their bowl win last night, and head coach Chris Kleiman kind of putting the stamp on this year and getting ready for next season. Okay, thoughts on the game last night?
Kind of what we expected to see. What I would like to see is some touch pass. I think I got to see a little bit of touch pass from Avery in high school, the one game I went to. Last night he was throwing darts. I always reference Pete Maravich, but some of those were on spot, but the guys were dropping them. I think they were just too hot. So be curious to see when he develops more of a touch game and throws over people instead of just
catch it.
They're scholarship NIL guys. But.
Well, it's also tough because you don't want to, like, putting touch on a ball in college is going to be a lot harder than in high school.
Touch on that pass to Giddens.
Yeah, that's what the first play I was going to bring up. The blitz the NC State sent against K-State early, and I think it was in the first half, maybe even been in the first quarter. They sent a blitz. I think it was 7 or 8 guys all storming towards Avery Johnson. He doesn't panic. He doesn't try to run away from him. He knows he sits in the pocket, hits DJ Giddens just right down for his check down. But when you blitz 7 guys, that kind of leaves the middle of your field open. Giddens able to go 37 yards for a touchdown. Tremendous pocket awareness, tremendous poise from a freshman quarterback, Avery Johnson.
You know what's? Oh, go ahead.
There was the one play where his running touchdown, he got out in the open. He was probably well past the line of scrimmage, still got the guy off his feet with the fake pass. Remember, that's his first start. And my other thing to point out, like Lashley keeps saying, is this the last season for Bulls? They didn't show too many aerial shots of that stadium because there was no one in the entire upper deck. It's kind of sad to see. K-State's notoriously travels well to these games, and
that's a lot of people that drive all the way down to Florida Orlando Stadium. But
you get to go to Florida.
Avery Johnson, we saw what he could do. The best thing is you can't sack him because he runs to the sideline. He looks. I thought the poise was a lot of times was right on the sideline. And he'd dump it out of bounds if he needed to. What do you think of Connor Riley?
I think he showed an ability to craft a game plan. I think,
So what will the game plan be? I didn't have any problem with Johnson not running. I mean, there's really no need to. They have 2 offensive run plays, right? You fake it up to Giddens, you go the off tackle, off guard, and you always got to worry about Johnson pulling it and getting around the corner. That's pretty good. You only got to have 2 running plays. You got an offensive line that's blowing people out, so he really didn't have to.
Not having to use the designed runs, especially in this game when he's your only option at quarterback
right
now.
He could have pulled it out a couple times and rushed for like 200 yards, if he wanted to.
That's something K-State fans might get to see in the future because, like you said, I thought Connor Riley did a very good job. Cooper Beebe mentioned part of the reason he wanted to come back to opt in, I guess, to the bowl game was because Connor Riley was the offensive line coach for K-State. He's spent 6 years with Cooper at this point. So him, Hayden Gillum, another 6-year who could have opted out.
He's done a great job with those offensive linemen.
And they've been
now
great.
He's got a quarterback that I could only think last night when you've got the flowing Goldilocks, he looks like a Heisman guy for me in the future.
That's
so if you got a Heisman guy, we've heard about Patrick Mahomes, right? Well, he doesn't have any weapons. They need to hit the transfer portal, and if you've got to bring in an offensive coordinator that can bring a couple of guys, that would be the thing I'd do because upgrade at wide receiver would be good because how long is he going to be there? 2 years? How long can he before?
Yeah, I think it'd be another 2 years because you're supposed to be 3 years removed from high school to enter the NFL draft.
Yeah,
so that'd be
you
his
get it for
first
2
eligible.
years, so I think you've got a Heisman Trophy candidate right there. I mean, Colin Klein was in the Heisman Trophy running, right?
That's exactly who I was going to bring up, the offensive coordinator they lost.
It can be done, right? I mean, at K-State.
Absolutely.
So don't waste these 2 years, man. Go get that kid some wide receivers because, what they got right now is...
And with the way the Big 12 is looking, obviously losing Texas and Oklahoma, you're gaining some other schools. It's going to be kind of wide open for someone to step in and fill the void in those first, that early couple of years. Maybe that's going to be K-State with Avery Johnson.
It's kind of like, when you fire your coach in the middle of the year, right? So you pigeonhole yourself. Okay, well, we elevated him. We put him as an interim offensive coordinator, and they go out and win, and everybody's all happy and everything. But if I had somebody like Avery Johnson, do you really want him being taught by a guy that's been with the big uglies? Offensive line coach, I want to.
Yeah, It kind of depends.
I want somebody that's worked with quarterbacks.
Well, it kind of depends because sometimes those positional coaches do bounce around a little bit. Like you'll have an offensive line coach who's been with the running backs, who's been in the backfield like that. But I do think there is a decent train of thought there. Like you want a quarterback whisperer, a guy with a little more of a proven track record. I don't know who that would be in the college ranks right now, but they could. You got to think they could find someone who, like you said, can at least bring some wide receivers they're familiar with and get Avery Johnson some cats that he can throw to on the edge.
One more play just to highlight. 2-point play was big at the time. It could have tied the game. The K-State player got off the end untouched and just old-fashioned hit that quarterback. Blew him up.
That guy didn't play that much during the regular season. I mean, some of those new guys they put in there last night.
I think he was filling in for Kobe Savage a pretty decent amount of safety because I think it was DJ Vane who made the blitz there.
Well, so everybody's feeling good right now. Connor Riley's been with Kleiman for a while, so.
And it will be, you got that experienced line. What happens next year with Giddens? Will he be able to run as well? And if you get some penetration, we saw how Johnson creates separation so quickly. Will it turn into more runs just as he's running for his life?
Yeah, the big streak will end next year in Manhattan when KU goes in there and beats them.
Jalen Daniels, the super senior, taking on Avery Johnson, the young upstart.
But wouldn't it be fun if that's the
brace.
biggest game of the Big 12 next year? May well be.
Hey, Oklahoma and Texas are gone, right? I mean, you talk about a wide open. We saw Arizona last night.
Looking very strong.
So does that count as a Big 12 win or a Big 12 loss?
Chalk it up. Everyone already said the Pac-12 is done. They were like, this is the end of the Pac-12 at the Pac-12 championship game, so they should be now members of the Big 12. Chalk it up. Big 12 dub for Arizona.
I like that. Okay. Travis Kelce saying all the right things.
Hopefully does all the right things on the field now.
Chiefs and the Bengals. Sunday. 2 o'clock on B1043 The Point. Okay. Chiefs confidence meter. The meter kind of looks like this meter that's bouncing in front of me. It goes down low, and then to the right, it's red. So we will say the red is confidence. So, Mike Corson, where's your confidence on the confidence meter that the Chiefs will win Sunday?
Joe Burrow's out, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. To me, that it loses a lot of its luster, so they should win. What are we going, pink to red? I'm like not a magenta, that's too dark, but I'm pretty healthy into the red side.
Really? Okay.
Jake Browning's still playing pretty well for the Bengals.
If he plays like he did last week, that was good to see him throw 3 picks.
That is kind of the nice part. And backup quarterback play on a whole has been pretty volatile over the course of the season. We've seen it in Minnesota with some of the Josh Dobbs trials and tribulations, but I don't know. We've seen Browning be pretty good. I'd say my confidence level overall in the Chiefs in this game, it's probably just right there, straight in the middle, not leaning either way. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs come out and Andy Reid lit a fire under him this week. He was raising. There's heck to pay at practice, and he was trying to get him whipped into shape. I also wouldn't be surprised to see the spiral kind of continue. Just a week removed from a player who's as important to not only your offense, but just your team, like Travis Kelce, having that big of a meltdown on the sideline, that's going to impact your team. That's going to impact the fellows. That's going to send shockwaves in terms of morale through the team. It's just not a good look, and I think that's part of why Coach Reid was so upset about it. But I wouldn't be surprised if they come out focused, sharp, knowing they have to play well against the Bengals. Also could see them.
You can't sit on the middle of the fence. One or the other, not down the middle. No fence sitting.
We said he's in the middle with his meter.
Weren't the Chiefs winning when Kelce kicked a football into the stands? He throws it's what he used to do.
Well, yeah, that's when
he
was a young
a flag at the officials since they weren't very good.
And that was he wasn't 34 then. It's one of those things. He was more of a young player. He was doing those kind of things. It's like, all right, they need to get that trimmed in, and then he'll be a very good player. And when he was that dominant tight end, the years past, that had kind of died down a little bit. And now things aren't going so well again, and we're seeing those negative kind of character traits for his. It's not great to see
who
for
did he
Travis.
come in with? Who was that cornerback?
Marcus Peters.
Yeah. So when those two together, I remember Cole and me would sit on here in Sports Day and we talk about those two guys. They said, yeah, he's really good, but when you're not looking, he's the dog that's going to go in the middle of your carpet.
But
he hadn't done that in a while. He hadn't gone out and soiled the carpet in a while. So we will wait and see. Mine's probably like 60% right now because you can go out and, okay, the guy beats you, after school and kind of roughs you up pretty good. And then you go back, I'm going to try harder. And then you're going to go back the next time against that guy, and he's going to pound you even worse just because you're motivated and saying all the right things. So we'll see. I'm keep things open. It's still there.
Well, and who knows if the Chiefs, because they can come out overly motivated, they're not keeping their emotions in check and play a sloppy game. I don't know, a lot of uncertainty for the Chiefs right now.
Jamar Chase he's questionable for the game tomorrow. Ask about the Kansas City Chief defense. What impresses you about the Kansas City Chief defense? And he kind of thought, well, really nothing. So there we go.
It'd be one thing to say about the Chiefs' offense this year, but saying it about the defense, I think that's kind of heretical almost. Like they've been playing very well, especially those linebackers. The defensive line's been getting some contributions from guys.
We'll see what Jamar Chase, because they'll make him try harder, right?
Right.
So,
you go back just a week ago, it was 14 points in 7 seconds. That's an anomaly that you won't see most weeks. So they should have won. If you take away one of those. So, yeah, I don't think they're as hot water as people think.
You got to think they're not going to run the read option to Patrick Mahomes from the negative 9-yard line this week. That was probably a one-time thing against the Raiders.
I don't know. Jalen Milroe talking about his former offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien, and ask.
My own offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien, told me I shouldn't play quarterback. There's a lot of things I can, have motivation on, and that is something I have motivation from.
What was your reaction to Bill O'Brien telling you that you shouldn't play quarterback? Do you remember how you felt when he said that?
How would you feel if I told you you suck?
So what did I tell you after your first play-by-play game last year?
How'd you feel?
I can't remember the exact words, but...
So I'm kind of like Bill O'Brien because, look where Jalen Milroe's come and look where you've come.
I was going to say, you told me something pretty similar after the first one where it wasn't good, but it's the worst
positive,
one.
Though, right? Yeah.
I was going to say, there's some room to grow, some room for aspiration
and
there.
Look at that, man.
And I was going to say, earlier in the year, Milroe was fighting for a starting job with a kid who's going to go play lacrosse for Notre Dame now, and now he's leading the Crimson Tide to a college football playoffs.
All you sporty people are like, well, that's what the football player said. Wait, he asked a question to the reporter. I want to know what the answer was. How does a reporter respond to being told he stinks? Learn from that.
I can tell you how a play-by-play guy responds to being told he sucks. Get back in the studio, get back in the saddle.
Better leaps and bounds every time you go out there, young man. All right, Michael Penix ready to take his squad deep in the playoffs.
America's team.
I hate Washington, but I hope they beat Texas, and I think they will, although it doesn't really matter with the games I picked. But now we're in the important ones now. So Washington faces off Texas on New Year's Day. That'll be the second game we'll have on KVGB. The first one will be Michigan and Alabama. The Cleveland Browns with the dog faces on, finally get to a Super Bowl? Joe Flacco leads them to a 37-20 win over the Jets last night. Browns are 11-5. They're in the playoffs. Their third trip to postseason since 2000. Joe Flacco's been unbelievable. And the call last night on KVGB, what is that, Noah Fafita? Yeah, finds Jacob Cowing for the 57-yard touchdown pass. Arizona of the Big 12 beats the SEC's OU 38-24. There you go, sounds of the past 24 hours or so. All right, the update. This was a trophy with a Santa hat on right now.
Was a good night for starting with the Sports Day crew as we have been. It was a good night for Jim Masunas. He was able to increase his lead. He has a 19 correct. He got 3 right last night, only missed 1. Hesher also got 3 right, so he's moved up into a tie in second place with Corson. They both have 16 points. I got 1 right last night. It was a tough night for me. I have 15, so I'm coming in 4th. And Webby, it was an even rougher night for you. You got no games right, so you're still at 11 points.
No. You took in what?
Yes.
So we don't have to dig into which picks we're taking where.
Who played last night? Wait a minute.
It was.
I just don't go with my heart.
He's got to put some thought into it.
Carolina State was. Oh, Yeah, by 2.5. Yeah, okay.
The overall standings, though, have gone into complete chaos.
Really?
There are now 5 people tied.
So the people in a TV race, right?
The people in the TV race. There are 5 people tied in first place for that TV with 19 points. It's Kurt Kennedy, Scott Smith, Jim Masunis, Jason Perry, and Gregory Hickle. Is Masunis?
Yeah, I'm telling
Masunis can win the TV too because he's not an Eagle Radio employee. He's just
Well, if he wins it, I'll protest it, saying because he's an employee of the
There
radio
you go.
station, even though he gets absolutely nothing to come in on the show. But
we'll have to protest his winning, and then it'll be the best day ever for second.
so what do we do if there's like a 5-way tie? Do we give him like
Everyone
little,
gets a 10-inch TV.
Little, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
No, give him the one with the broken knob and the pliers. Make them.
They have to share a 50-inch TV alternating weekends.
Rock, paper, scissors tournament.
There you go. Landon with a good solution.
I think we ought to have like a 2-mile race.
See who wants it more.
See who wants it more. All right. There you go. Sounds the past 24 hours. Have some other sports headlines. A lot of things to talk about. Mike Corson wants to talk about the best moments of 2023 in sports. And as long as none of them have to do with soccer, we'll probably dig deep into it.
Throw me your pin and me cross some of these out.
Okay. All coming up on Sports Day.
If you need physical therapy, consider Advanced Therapy in Great Bend and Progressive Therapy in Larned and Hayes.
Hi, my name is Dalton Jones, a patient that I helped. She came in with chronic back pain that she'd been having for years. After several weeks of showing her exercises, several different interventions, we were able to get her back to where she can do her shopping without leaning on the shopping cart at all.
You don't need to hurt. Physical therapy can help. Call Advanced or Progressive Therapy and Sports Medicine to explore your treatment options and get your life back.
Get started with a career in healthcare through Barton Community College's Pharmacy Technician program. Gain the skills you need to assist pharmacists with the day-to-day demands of a pharmacy. Classes are 100% online and include real-world experiences at a pharmacy near you. Join this essential field in as little as 2 semesters with the flexibility of online classes. Now enrolling. Learn more at pharmtech.bartonccc.edu.
Venture Corporation is a homegrown company with almost 50 years of experience in asphalt, paving, and construction, and they need equipment operators, mechanics, and CDL drivers. Venture offers many benefits, including 401k and Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance. Call Leslie for all the details. Work for a family-owned and family-oriented company that is here today and will be here in the future. Venture Corporation, South Highway 281, Great Bend, is an equal opportunity employer.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KBGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back. Sports Day brought to you in part by Venture Corporation, reminding you to help a neighbor, shop local when you can, and by Equity Bank. We're right here beside you, equitybank.com. And Eller Automotive Repair, a local mechanic that knows how your car operates and knows what is wrong with it. Located behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source. I'm trying to give some credit to these sponsors, Marzoff. By the way, did you ever find your school keys that dropped down the...
Oh, I know they're at. They haven't been retrieved yet, no.
Wait, they're in the toilet?
Yeah. You know that?
No.
I went to go to the bathroom, and I had my keys in my hoodie pocket, and they fell out. And it's an automatic flush. And I was ready to grab them, and they flushed. And it was so powerful, it flushed all the keys right down the toilet. Fortunately, my car keys weren't with it, but yeah. Right down the toilet. Well, and it's got a motion sensor to make it flush. And literally, I can stand there and jump up and down. The dang thing won't flush. But those keys evidently set it off, and they went by.
Probably the splash in there from all those keys on that ring.
Might have been. There was like 6 school keys in there.
Okay, did you... Well, I mean, we know a plumber. He gave you a way to get it done.
He said just pour the toilet, and it should be right there. They ain't going anywhere, so they're too heavy.
Yeah.
They're probably soiled a bit by now.
Well, was it a stool or a urinal?
It's a urinal or a...
That was a stool.
Oh.
I think
They wouldn't fit down a urinal.
I think I'd be leaving those babies in there.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, all right, so kind of working your kids hard, aren't you? I mean, a 4-hour practice?
Well, yeah.
Casey,
You got a game Tuesday. We haven't practiced in a
you
week.
got this. A little louder, Marzoff. 4-hour practice. Casey, you got this?
Well, he's been practicing for a week. I don't know if that makes any difference or not.
Don't even. I'm sure there are some teams around that have.
So weren't you practicing last Friday too?
Yeah, we had to take the 24 to 28 off.
Okay, and then Christmas Eve.
So today was the first day we could go. Which it should have been 23 to 27. I don't know why at 28.
Okay, all right, very good.
It changes every year. I never knew until I saw that over that Doom and Doomer stuff. Hesh looks like Johnny Fever.
Hesh has got a lot of pictures up in here.
He looked like Dr. Johnny Fever in that one, and the one behind it with the three whatever. I didn't realize how much he looked like Dr. Johnny Fever. That's pretty cool.
Who's coursing? Herb Tarlett?
And that.
Well, you guys should say some names everybody knows.
Well,
people know if they. Hey, you've never watched WKRP in Cincinnati. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
No, that was popping up around Thanksgiving, so I thought, hey, I'm at a radio station now. Maybe that'll be funny. Not funny.
You didn't watch it?
I watched the turkey.
Oh, it was hilarious. Oh man.
You have to understand the series though to make it even funnier. Because you have to understand Les Nessman.
They're hitting the ground like bags of wet cement.
Yeah, live coverage. Okay, did you know that, Alabama is covering every angle when it comes to getting ready for Michigan? That includes making sure their equipment and films do not get hacked in the wake of the Wolverine sign-stealing allegations from earlier this season.
Probably the biggest news there is Alabama's making that public. So
Isaiah Bond and Jays McClellan, they say watching film has been restricted only as a group and with coaches at team facilities. Also says the players are not receiving practice film directly on their iPads and that only coaches are receiving.
Does this mean we won't see Saban and Harbaugh in an Aflac commercial together?
Selling secrets? I mean, like Russian spy secrets here, or are we Alabama football film?
Oh, man.
But on a related note to that, they've handpicked some of the games where the kids are getting the calls into their helmets like the NFL now?
Yeah, they did with the KU game. They had the helmets, right on the helmet.
Yeah, it's weird that it wasn't an all or nothing deal, and it's weird to implement it in a one-game situation where it could throw you off. I think KU even went back to the signals on the sideline.
Yeah, I think they booted it. But yeah.
Well, is that illegal to find the same wavelength that your opponent's on?
No, we have to change our referee station so that nobody in the stands are listening to us, talking to us.
Well, I probably could have understood you this year. Palm olive coffee you had.
This is only relevant because he's, I don't know, he plays for the Hunter Huntsman. Tampa Bay shortstop Wander Franco failed to show up for a meeting with a prosecutor who's investigating him for this alleged relationship with a minor. You've just had troublemakers, drug users, performance and PED guys on your baseball team and Hunter. I just don't understand. So what's the deal?
Well, we're down on the South Mitchell County line over kind of by like the Osborne and Lincoln County area, and it's a little shady area down there.
I get nothing better to do
We're crossing over up into Hunter, man.
Is this a big deal? Michaela Schifrin's held on to the big first-run lead to a Women's World Cup giant slalom for the American record, extending 90-second career victory?
No, she's one of the better marketable Olympic athletes, always underperforms on the big stage. So it doesn't surprise me that she's winning something when maybe that was televised, maybe it wasn't, but she's always one of the names you get to know at the Olympics and never wins.
Wow.
She got
I figured I threw that out there just for you. I thought
Colorado girl, you want her to do well, but
she could sell butter, right? Chiffon? Is that her name? What'd you say?
Schifrin.
Schifrin. Oh, okay.
By the way, Sarah Hector of Sweden. Is that a Swedish name?
Hector?
Sarah?
Hector. She dropped from second after the opening run.
She's blonde.
And, by the way.
Where did you get this from?
These are my notes.
Something on there popped up on Yahoo yesterday about this girl winning or something. I don't know. And Sarah Hector.
I think she's from Jamestown. Up in McLeod County, man. She's from Jamestown Jayhawk.
She's from Sweden. Oh, by the way, the Pistons forced overtime last night, but Boston recovered to win 128-122. So 28 straight for the Pistons.
Monty Dole texts us about halfway through the game. Monty bet the money line on the Celtics. The money line. He's like, the other day, he's like, I'll be the only one that can make the Pistons win. if I bet against them, they will win. And they were up 19 at halftime. Oh, we were riding him hard. Then they were up 6. The Celtics were up 6 with a minute to go, and then they forced overtime. We were getting on him hard.
Yeah.
Detroit matched the Trust the Process Philadelphia 76ers. I guess that was their team motto, Trust the Process, with 28 consecutive losses.
What year was that for the 76ers, you know?
No.
I think 27 was the single season. I think 28 was over 2 seasons. I think I saw last night.
Okay, all right. So
you don't remember what year for the 76ers was?
No.
Come on.
Last time I remember significant NBA games was when the Lakers and Magic were playing Larry Bird and the Celtics.
Yeah, the last
back when basketball was
the
basketball.
Sixers is Dr. J, Maurice Cheeks, George McGinnis, Bobby Jones.
And the Pistons are Bill Laimbeer and
Dennis Rodman, Isaiah Thomas, Vinnie Johnson.
I used to care about those games.
Oh, yeah. It was
back in
battles,
the day.
man.
All right.
Caller.
There's some of your headlines for the day. All right, Chaos and Mayhem coming up next. We're going to release the beasts here on Sports Day.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Ryan, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys make it happen.
Going strong since 2011, it's Sports Day on 1590 KBGB and 95.5 FM. Brought to you by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Sports Day, Steve Webster with you, Mike Corson in. Laz Lashley and Mike Marzov today. Our show brought to you in part by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend and Advanced Therapy and Sports Medicine. Get your life back. All right, it's your show.
What you got?
You looking at those guys?
Well, no. You came up with the idea. I mean,
top sports stories of 2023. Any guesses what I would go with?
Yeah, because I can see it on your paper here.
So, and it was on number 1 on some of the legitimate lists. Taylor Swift. Has there been a bigger...
She's a singer.
She's had a huge impact on the Chiefs, though.
Like, every sports outlet they've never done anything like this before, where they're getting comments from haters, lovers. So you can talk about it's silly, but the economic impact.
So you don't have to be a Swiftie. Is that what they call them if you're a Taylor Swift fan? Swifties?
Did you have your Taylor Swift shirt on today?
I do not. It was, 2 days ago?
I had mine on the other day.
Was that Taylor Swift shirt or was that?
No, it says I cheer for Taylor's boyfriend.
Right.
Number 87.
Right.
Seeing somebody make the economic gains there that somebody's making off these people, it's massive. Somebody in our studio
Taylor Swift needs a little bit of economic gain in her life.
No,
we don't know who's making it.
She's not getting any kickbacks from any of that. But.
Okay, so how about sports gambling? Lashley just brought it up. So this was kind of the first year, definitely for Kansas.
Oh, Monty, man,
he's not even listening either.
Really?
He probably did his old.
It was 2 years ago. We were at your track meet, and my shot putter, I think he was throwing the disc at the time. I remember talking, he says, man, some guy come up and told me how to throw the discus better, and he said he used to go to school at Chase. I don't know what to think about it. I said, that's Monty. I said, listen to Monty. He's good at it. He's good.
Another one would be the implosion of the NCAA, kind of as we know it, whether that's NIL or conference changes.
Back to the gambling thing, though. Gambling, it has made sports. I mean, people watch sports a lot more when they have money on it. Let's be honest.
Well, then they watch sports if they're Taylor Swift fans too.
Well, that's true. So I mean, it makes a big impact. Whether it's fantasy or whether it's gambling itself, you're going to watch sports. I wouldn't watch NFL football if it weren't for fantasy football.
Do you watch the NBA?
No, I could bet on the NBA? If I could bet. If I did bet on the NBA, I still wouldn't watch it. Although, like I said, I went to a live game last week and it was a really good time.
And I wonder the carryover. You can obviously bet up front. You got the lines and the whatevers, but you can get spreads and different things going on throughout the game that I can't fathom taking the time out.
Oh, you can live bet anything you want. I mean, it's the craziest thing in the world.
Live bet.
Live bet. Yes, live bet. You can bet whatever you want. Build a game, this, that, how many yards this person will have, this, or who scores the next touchdown, whatever you want on that.
Can you bet the next pass will be incomplete?
I have never gotten to that part. I don't want to find that part on the FanDuel site.
Major League Baseball rule changes. Do we like them?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I predicted it a long time ago. I'm just saying that we were going to.
I play fantasy baseball. Can't watch a whole baseball game, so.
Even at the new 2 hour, 34, whatever it went down?
Still,
First of all, much better this year.
I can't watch the Royals.
Well, it's different.
You're
talking about a real baseball game.
No. I want to see. I mean, I want to cheer. You want to cheer for a team. You know, I like to cheer for a team. And we can't watch the Royals around here. I don't care.
Do you have a favorite team?
I like the Royals.
If they're in the World Series, would you watch the whole game?
Yes, I would.
How about playoffs to get the World Series?
Yes, I'd watch.
They're not a regular season game.
No, I would watch. If the Royals are on TV here, I would watch most of the game.
Okay.
And would I watch every game? No. But if I'm going to sit down on a night and have a cold beer, watch the Royals, absolutely.
So it was great. Yeah, I mean, but when I did watch a few of them, it was, I mean, they get the ball, they throw. Remember David Wells?
Yeah.
He was a big, heavy guy.
Yeah, he was.
And he would explore every crevice on that gut and his entire folded body before he pitched. Now, it was like 49 seconds between pitches.
He was getting a little old from that little body. His little crevices in there.
They used to call Mike Hargrove the human rain delay because he would take so long when in the batting box.
And the pitch count was just, it was so logical because we'd seen so many games at the NBC World Series. The bases I didn't know if I'd like.
I don't think
it
didn't make a big difference I thought it would make. It made a difference, but because I look at stats, obviously, with fantasy baseball.
But we had a guy go 70 stolen bases this year and 40 home runs. Is that what Acuna got?
Yeah. Did he have 70 stolen bases?
Yeah, 70 stolen bases.
So what's interesting
Corbin Carroll, by the way, had 54, but just throw that out. But
on the bases, somebody said, baseball's perfect. It's 90 feet. Look at how many bang-bang plays there are at 90 feet. It's perfect. Well, but if you set it at 92, all the bang-bang plays that weren't there would be there. So it's the same kind of with the stolen bases. Maybe the base stealers are getting there better, but you get more bang-bang plays from guys who maybe wouldn't have normally tried to steal a base because you got an extra, 3 inches taken off?
And if you've thrown over there twice.
Yes, that was the next question.
If you throw it over there, you better get him.
He gone.
No, I thought the next step is going to be the balls and strikes.
And I don't know what the answer is, but I'm not big on the only throw it over twice. But I don't like to keep throwing it over. So what is it? Because now the guy knows, okay, he can't throw it over anymore. I've got a huge advantage. I mean, I don't know. I don't have an answer for you, but man, that's quite an advantage to the base runner. You just don't throw it a second time.
And I watched most of the Royals games. I didn't see too many issues with them throwing it, even once anymore. But
you talk about gambling again. I mean, you pay attention to baseball, though. You can find out how Dighton's doing.
Absolutely.
So you could be live betting.
Gambling because we don't play for anything.
So you could be live betting, and the guy's already thrown to first base twice. Now, can you bet real quick he's going to steal the base?
I don't know. I never live bet baseball. I've never bet on baseball. Never bet on baseball before.
I never have understood it. I mean, it's yeah.
All right, next topic. How about the rise of women's sports? And this kind of ties in with another big headline this year, LSU versus Caitlin Clark, and or just Caitlin Clark by herself.
On an individual basis, sure. I mean, Caitlin Clark was fun to watch.
Yeah. And
But every time we get drug along with this, then we have...
Yeah, because it's still not a big thing. But
it's whatever you like.
I remember seeing a deal that it was almost 4 times the amount of a ticket to the women's Final Four and championship game that was to go to the men's.
Yeah.
I mean, it was through the roof, the price to go to women's championship game.
Well, look at Nebraska volleyball this year.
And I think there's almost cyclical. I imagine Nebraska football will come back at some point, but at the moment, for maybe the next 3 years, volleyball's big. Caitlin Clark's eventually going to graduate. I think she was helped along by having this, I'm putting air quotes up, rivalry with Angel Reese. You got to have the heel in there, too.
The rivalry, I mean, she just pointed her finger. I mean,
Angel Reese was irrelevant while Caitlin Clark was very popular until the championship game. That Angel Reese was irrelevant to the championship game.
It's who's playing and who gets behind it and what's going on in your other programs. Mike, you went to a few Big 12 tournaments with me when
K-State was rolling.
The K-State women averaged during that time, and Nicole Oldie, Lori Kane, Kendra Wecker.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they played Iowa, and it was a sellout of Bramlage, and that was one of 4 or 5 sellouts they had that year. The men with
Purvis Ellison,
Purvis Pasco, the Pasco fiasco. Yeah, that was. They were averaging like 7,000.
I went to Louisiana Tech during the Lady Texters days, and then we go to a women's game, and it would be 8,000 people. You go to a men's game.
When there was Slina boys down there coaching, Budke.
Who
was Budke at Louisiana Tech?
No.
Where was he at then?
No, we had Kim Wonke. It was the assistant.
Oh, okay.
And then,
she went to Baylor from there.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say
they didn't hire her. They ended up hiring. They kept with the old boy they had. He was the one he would in Ruston. He'd sneak over to Monroe to the liquor store and come back with a trunk full of liquor. But it's because Ruston's kind of a big Baptist town.
But I would say on top of back at the height of Pat Summit and K-State, you always have the regional. We've got Emily Ryan playing, so there's always, hey, let's watch Iowa State this weekend. Can they sustain it? They didn't sustain it last time. It was big. It got small again. Now it's big again. But you got the Professional Women's Soccer League. I think it's failed before, but they're making a big push to. I mean, you got major investments building new stadiums for this league.
Well, yeah, Patrick Mahomes' wife's building that stadium in Kansas City. It's okay. Good luck, you know.
I don't think it's going to make it.
But don't judge me if I don't watch it.
I mean,
the only soccer I watch is the women's game,
right?
Except until.
Well, Brandy Chastain, everybody remembers that, right?
Oh yeah, but I mean, because there's more entertainment. They would actually score some goals.
Women's tennis is way more entertaining than men's tennis. I mean,
men's tennis is hard to watch.
They rally back and forth and do that. And the men's tennis is a 138 mile per hour serve, and maybe they return it, maybe they don't. But it's not like they're not like a little rally.
Not like the Agassi, Jimmy Connors, Yvonne Lindell, Bjorn Borg days.
You know, and then when you get your platform, and then what you do, you go out there and then you turn off half the nation of fans by trying to make a political statement. I was U.S. I'll be one of those guys that was glad that. Who's your girl?
Alex Morgan. I don't know.
No, not Alex Morgan.
The soccer lady.
The
Rapinoe?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, when she kicked it out of the stadium, instead of getting it close to the goal. Okay, all right. We'll take a break here, and we'll come back with some more of those. Sports Day here on KVGB.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Barton Community College helped me get a jump start on college with early college opportunities. With Barton's help, I earned my degree at the same time I graduated from high school. You can take classes on campus, online, and even at your high school with teachers you already know. With tuition rates starting at $50 per credit hour for select Kansas high school audiences and scholarship opportunities, it is easier than ever. Barton Community College helped me get one step closer to my dream, and it can help you too. Learn more at highschool.bartonccc.edu.
Extend the life of your equipment with Cenex Premium Greases. Engineered with quality-based oils and well-balanced formulas to protect equipment in a wide range of temperatures and tough conditions. The Cenex line of grease products offer excellent rust protection, water resistance, and anti-wear properties to extend equipment life. Cenex Grease delivers the dependability you need to keep your operation running like a well-oiled machine.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor today.
As the sports world slowly returns, we keep on grinding on Sports Day.
Oh, I always play the old. Yeah, you probably don't remember the old outfield, do you?
No.
The band, the outfield. Oh, they say it isn't so. Tell me, I'm gonna have to bring that to you. You're gonna have to Google the outfield.
That sounds like a girly band.
It was kind of a chick band.
It's Sports Day with me, Steve Webster, and my wingman, Cole Reif, Monday through Friday at 12:25, right here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
It's Sports Day on 1520 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
That was an oldie but goodie, but the one I wanted was the one with it. I'll try to find it here. We got one more break we got to do, but the witch. So before we talk about the witch, I because that was the best story ever. Okay, Sports Day today brought to you by the Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make the Barton Athletic Department the best in the country, and the American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, your certified Cenex lubricant dealer in Great Bend.
If they ever sing The Outfield over Eric Carmen again, that is Dirty Dancing, and you should just listen to it.
No, Outfield's way better.
Come on. Mike, I worry about you sometimes.
Give Steve a little bit of Eddie Money. Gave him a little shaking going on.
What's funny, we have
when you hurt your voice the first time.
That is Johnny Most.
We've had the kids in, and Shelley Duvall will come in, and we'll mention a movie. Maybe it's Dirty Dancing, 13 going on 30. Some of these kids you guys are coaching don't know the classics. It hurts.
Well, obviously you found out with WKRP. You don't know the classics.
You don't know the classics.
These kids, look in the mirror.
Nobody watched that.
Take me home tonight.
What else?
I want to let you go till you see the...
Ronnie Spector, yeah.
Go back to NIL.
Okay,
let's talk about this. Talk about a little college football there.
All right, so implosion of the NCAA, you can take that a whole bunch, but it seems to particularly affect the football with you got rid of some conferences, you got now mega conferences, you got NIL. What do you hit first?
But see, when I think NIL, I think the Jayhawks, to be honest with you. They've got boosters with money, and it's sure helping them. I'm not a big fan of the NIL stuff and the transfer portal, but it's made KU pretty tough.
So, football-wise, where do you rank the Big 12 next year?
I honestly don't even know who's in the Big 12.
Like Arizona State, Utah,
Colorado,
the four they're coming.
Deion's coming.
Prime time. Do you rank them third? The SEC, the Big Ten, or whatever you call it.
Why is the Big Ten in it?
I'd go number 2 behind the SEC.
So is the Big 12 the best basketball conference in this country?
I think on paper they were supposed to be. I think some of the things haven't played out.
Big East has been very impressive so far.
Yeah.
And North Carolina and Duke are back up a little bit.
So is the ACC going to be gone?
Well, Florida State, well, who knows they're going to get out, but them wanting to get out, it's going to hurt.
Well, who wants them?
SEC wants them for football.
I don't know. Wouldn't they have gone after him earlier than...
Maybe so.
Of course, maybe they do. They didn't sign a 17-year contract.
But we're talking Avery Johnson a second ago. What's his kid going to be like in 3 years? Is he going to stick around 3 years? You talk about KU has money. There's a lot of farm money, oil money, K-State people. This is how you can keep those kids.
Yeah.
If you're already making enough money that if you get hurt, you can make a living, why not stick around?
I'm sure Avery's got a pretty good NIL deal already. It's going to get better no matter what it is.
Well, you've seen like the Texas running back, one of them got a Lamborghini, but you see the KU, K-State guys at Salina dealerships. Yeah, I would imagine if we finally get a marquee player like that.
Well, Eric Dickerson was running around with Trans Am, right? The Trans A&M, they called it? Because A&M bought it for him, but SMU made the payments after that.
Well, Billy Preston's car is still with police tape around it outside Allen Fieldhouse, so they haven't moved that yet.
So seriously, though, Big 12, Big 10, better football conference next year.
Big 12.
Well, the Big 10's overrated. They put them
I agree.
Every year.
Yeah.
Surely Michigan will fall. Penn State's usually good, but somehow always messes it up.
Well,
Ohio
they
State.
use offensive coordinator. Maybe they can. Does Iowa need an offensive coordinator? I don't know.
So after the big three they have, it drops off.
Pretty hard, yeah.
Oh,
so
big time.
Name the big Big 12's Big 3 next year?
I think Colorado is going to be.
What's I mean, you're not.
I expect K-State to do well. Oklahoma State's usually ranked.
I think you're going to have a bunch of good teams. I don't know if you get, is that what you're saying?
Obviously, the depth of the Big 12 is way, way better than the Big 10.
Right.
Is Utah coming?
Utah's coming.
Yeah.
And BYU?
BYU's already there.
Yeah.
So sometimes
Arizona.
Arizona, they look great. Yes,
the scary thing is K went 9-4 and has like 8 or 9 offensive starters back. I mean,
and if they get their starting quarterback, I've
and they blew 2 games. They actually outplayed K-State, but got beat, which is typical. And it was the Oklahoma State game
that they were ahead.
They blew. I mean, they could have easily been a 11-2, 12-2 team.
Well, and K-State had the 61-yard field goal against Missouri. The bad loss to Texas, they should have won. And Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State too. Oklahoma State was better than I think people realized at the time.
I was shocked with that game. I was really shocked that Oklahoma State just came out and just whooped them.
Oh yeah, we was refereeing, and that was a Friday night game because we were refereeing in Beloit that night. The Norton Beloit game, we were getting updates.
Really?
Yeah,
during the game? Why weren't you? Paying attention to the game. You were listening to the game on the radio.
My downbox guy's parents have season tickets. I've known him since he was little, so I was getting all kinds of K-State updates. Yeah.
What games were you at? I mean, I'm gonna have to go back and watch film on that game. Question calls here.
That's the frequency he was talking about.
You had K-State game 1 year. He had a little FanDuel money on it, and so you guys talk back and forth on the little headphones in the old game.
We got just an earpiece.
Little earpiece.
Yeah. Secret Service.
How do you talk on it?
We got a little walkie-talkie we hit. Almost every football referee could have.
If you want to go some, usually there's like only 5 channels, the ones you can get. If you want to go to and listen to what the officials are talking about, yeah, you can just sit up there and find the channel.
You're like, wow, that coach is a jerk. Let's throw a couple holding penalties on him.
No, we don't.
No, we officiate the game. We don't pick on people.
Oh, whatever.
We talk about fans in the stand. No, we don't. No, and you're on.
So what do I need to go buy? I want to listen to this. So I just go buy.
Just go to any Honig's or one of these referee sites. You can get one.
So there's only 5 channels. I mean, you got a little.
Some of them have a lot more, but ours have 5. Yeah. Some of them have like
you guys
15
have
or
like
something.
some German World War II secret decoder action going on here.
Well, we were doing a JV game over at Larned, and we
I think it was Venture Corporation. Some highway work. We kept picking up Venture walkie-talkies.
Yeah, but this one guy bought a new house. But his wife wasn't happy with the carpet that was in it. This is going on during the game, so we had to change channels.
You're gonna sit there and try to decode it, and it'll be like, drink more Ovaltine.
Can you talk back to the Venture people? They're probably listening to you guys.
Well, yeah, but they've got better radios than we do. These don't go miles like theirs did.
They don't need. All they need to do is go across.
Oh, in Western Kansas, you think you go far? Well, it's kind of like the KVGB signal anymore. I can't get it halfway to Ellenwood anymore. I have to flip over to 1510. My wife's car, same way.
When?
All the time. If I'm driving over there in my truck.
Well, why didn't you tell me this?
I tell you all the time. You don't believe me. You're like, wow, they get them out of Western Kansas, out of Colby, they get it.
No, there's there's all kinds of issues going on. We'll have more after this.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Amy Herrera, Regional Retail Manager for your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many people navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people. I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you how we're committed to serving you in our communities. At Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Venture Corporation is a homegrown company with almost 50 years of experience in asphalt, paving, and construction, and they need equipment operators, mechanics, and CDL drivers. Venture offers many benefits, including 401k and Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance. Call Leslie for all the details. Work for a family-owned and family-oriented company that is here today and will be here in the future. Venture Corporation, South Highway 281, Great Bend, is an equal opportunity employer.
Love your phone but tired of your current provider? Bring your device to NextTech Wireless and experience wireless built by Kansans for Kansans. For a limited time, get 4 lines with unlimited data for $100. Have questions? Call or text our local customer care team at 877-621-2600. NextTech Wireless. Home on the range.
We
might not have sports right now, but we're still having fun on Sports Day.
Came out there about 7 in the morning, had a huge black pot, looked like a witch. She had a big paddle out there, and it was over open fire. She was cooking jambalaya. About 5:30, she looked at us. She goes, "You boys want some jambalaya?" And we all just dove in the canal.
The Living Legends, plenty of noonday fun and more with me, Steve Webster, and co-host Cole Rife. It's Sports Day, Monday through Friday at 12:25 on 1590 KVGB and 95.5
In its
FM.
second decade, it's Sports Day
So,
on
the witch.
1590 KVGB.
Did she have a wart on her nose?
No.
That was down at the Grand Isle.
Grand
right?
Isle, yep.
Yeah, where those. I mean, they have these giant houses, trailer houses, that are mounted on telephone poles.
Absolutely.
Because of the storm surge.
Well, what was really crazy is we could have taken the time of walking around and gone to her thing, but we'd have had to go on like a block over and block over. Once she said that, we'd smell that all day long. And
did she look like a witch?
No, she looked like that kettle and that paddle did. She wasn't a bad looking old lady. And, as soon as she said that, we all dove in, went right over there, and actually,
was it good?
Unbelievable! I swam back with a Ziploc bag in my mouth, full of jambalaya. And she goes, "You make sure you take this back to your fiance." So I had to bring it all the way back to Kansas to my wife. I've made lots of jambalaya, but my jambalaya doesn't touch hers. Open fire, big black kettle like that, fresh everything.
Do you have a big black kettle?
Oh, mine's the kettle about like this, but I don't.
Do you have a big paddle?
I got a paddle. I got 2 or 3 paddles.
All right.
Talking about inspiration.
Yeah, that's where he got it from. The witch who was cooking jambalaya down at Grand Isle. And then what's that town there that you get? And Bubby Brister was from there.
Bubby Brister's from my hometown. He went to my high school, Monroe, Louisiana.
Monroe.
He went to Neville High School.
Well,
Actually, I went to prom with his sister-in-law. His sister-in-law. Yes,
Really?
his wife's daughter or wife's sister. Excuse me.
All right.
Yeah,
So he's famous.
Huh?
You're famous.
Oh, absolutely.
Was
yes.
Bernie Kosar from Louisiana?
No, Bernie.
Who was
Kosar.
that other quarter? Anyway,
You're talking about Bobby Hebert.
Bobby Hebert.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Bobby Hebert.
But he was at that town that you turned. It's the only road that would go to Grand Isle.
You go through. It's Meadowlark is down there. Meadowlark's where I live by Golden Meadow. And if you go
south, you go to Homa, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
You go to Homa's when we took Mike Minton down there to go fishing. And he swore the guy off Waterboy came in there and was the halftime. He was like looking at me. The guy was bagging our groceries. And he's like, "What is this guy doing?" And he's like, "What is he saying?" I was like, "I have no clue." No clue what he was saying. He's just like,
So do you just nod your head? Or?
you just like, we went down to Bel from Blue Ridge. Too fair. Yeah.
Etouffee.
Yeah,
I caught that part.
It's about what he said. Somewhere along the lines there. So.
Well, then, Terry Bradshaw, he's in Louisiana?
He's from Shreveport.
He's a northerner, though.
Yeah, we're northern rednecks. That's Ron Mason, I guarantee you.
They really don't count, do they?
We're toward the end. He should have called in earlier.
Yeah, he heard that talk, and he's going to pretend like he's a real Cajun, but he's not.
Well, he used to be, though.
No, he's a redneck. He's a redneck from North Louisiana, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went to a 4-year JUCO.
Where's the line? The 4-year JUCO?
Yes, he went to a 4-year JUCO, Louisiana Monroe. 4-year, you know, what did they call it back then? Northeast Louisiana, NLU.
Yep.
And they had USL, University of Slow Learners.
Well, boys, appreciate you coming in over your Christmas break. You don't have to go back for a while.
No, we don't go back to the 8th.
First off, you got a game on Tuesday.
We got a game Tuesday.
Where do you play Tuesday?
In Chase.
In Chase.
Fairfield.
Oh, I like sitting behind your bench.
Ooh, it's a rematch.
It is.
From earlier in the year.
Load up and come on over. You can board on a Tuesday night from Chase, Kansas.
I'm headed to Missouri.
Missouri?
See the boy.
There you go. Is he not coming back?
Yeah, he's coming back next week.
Next week.
At the referee thing. Yeah, it's
Is
next
he making
week.
some etouffee?
Yeah,
What?
no, he's making the Korean Army stew.
General Tso's chicken. I'll come over, man.
Happy New Year, boys.
You too.